I mean, everyone always looked down on them and stuff, so, why not? That's what I think anyways. I see. This is a lot to take in. Thank you, Stella. So what are you gonna do? That is a good question. I guess I'll try to talk to Trish. Ask her take on all this. I think that's a very good idea. If you need any help, you can come to me. She holds her card up, as if to emphasize a point. Our fates are now intertwined. Thanks. Let's hope it won't come to that. It's still early afternoon as I depart from the school. Let's do this. Reed? Reed should know Trish best. And he's been a bro so far. But, can I just waltz up to the hospital and visit him? Like, don't I need an appointment or something? I guess I can figure that out the hard way. Anything's better than grubbing the dirt here. I get up and clean my clothes best I can. Stella's busy planting flowers or something with a red-headed friend. Spears isn't around. Nobody should notice me slinking out the back. Nobody notices it is. And I'm doubtly in luck, too, because Reed does actually take visitors. Well, only after I made the nurse tell him it's me. Nevertheless, in a few minutes, I'm taken to his room. Hey, Ann man. Sup, Reed? How are you doing? A little better each day. Don't tell Trish, but I could leave any time I want now. Sure, but why aren't you then? Dude, the painkillers they keep giving me are some top shelf shit, let me tell ya. And it's all on the mayor's dime. Hey, speaking of Trish, yeah, where do I even begin? Reed, you're a dinosaur, aren't you? Yeah, bro, it's like, I think I got it from my mother's side. So your father's not... Nah, it ain't like that. They're both dinos like me. So, never mind, let's start over. Sure, man. I'm Reed. What's your name? Wow, those painkillers must be something. Push on. Look, Reed, I want to ask you some questions. But you didn't even introduce yourself. Come on, dude, pull yourself together. Don't be rude, bro. I guess you ain't here to see me. I'm sorry, Reed, but I really need your help. You fucked up your date with Trish or something? I ain't gonna help you get into her pants, man. Yeah, no, Dude! What? TMI. I'm seriously starting to lose my fucking patience here. Can you help me or not? With what? Stay calm. Stay calm. With Trish. A little more details, please. Reed, I'm gonna strangle you with your own tail, you stoner wastoid. Just as I open my mouth, the nurse from before enters the room, proclaiming Reed's gonna have his session now. A session of what? I don't know, and I don't care. I wish him well one more time, calmly as I can, just manage. Calmly as I can manage, then leave. Well, this was all a fucking waste of time. Guess I'll just talk to Trish and figure something out. Okay, Alright. Spears? Spears came by earlier to check on us. Guess that means he's still around. Maybe he's in his office or something. If he's not, at least I'll have an excuse to ditch the rest of the day. Yeah, okay. It's kind of weird seeing the hallways so empty. Last time it happened was during the memorial, though back then I was too preoccupied running away from Spears to really notice. Now it's the exact opposite. In a matter of mere minutes, I'm standing in front of the principal's office. Should I just knock? Is he actually in there? I feel a little foolish, idling like this. But then again, incurring the wrath of Spears sounds like a one-way ticket to a shallow grave. Oh, what the hell. Grow a pair already. So they can get popped off. I don't know. With a determined motion, I rap 3 sharp knocks on the door. Principal Spears. Principal Spears. Principal Spears. Okay. Okay, that was stupid. From the inside, I can hear papers shuffling. Then Spears' strong voice shakes the door frame. Enter. Good afternoon, sir. Spears is sitting in his big cushy chair, working on some kind of documents. Mr. Moose, is there something I can help you with? Be quick about it. Almost immediately, he turns back to the stack of papers in front of him. His bluntness takes me aback. Standing in front of Spears now, I'm starting to think this wasn't such a good idea after all. What could I even say to him? Just bitch about my relationship issue? I'm sorry, sir. I just realized it's something I shouldn't bother you with. I see. In this case, you can leave now. Doesn't even look up. Right. Have a nice day, sir. I'm already turning heel as I hear Spears' chair creaking, his muscular mass rising from it. Annan? The sheer strength of his voice makes me shudder. Oh, fuck. Did I make him fuck up some document or something? I'm so fucking dead. Yeah. Do you have anyone else to go to? Huh? With your problem. Can you talk it out with anyone? Well... Not really. No, not really. With a sigh, Spears motions for me to close the door and come back. And so I do. Since you're here anyway, you might as well bother me. Are you sure, sir? I mean, I'd like to tell someone, but... but it's not an easy subject. Yeah. It's about Trish. I thought as much. Right. Do you think if they were good friends with Fang, right? Let me show you something, Annan. He steps to one of the many shelves in the room, rummaging through dozens of boxes, files, and folders till he finds the one he's looking for. From the file, he pulls a dusty book, a yearbook by the looks of it. Yeah. The smile on his ape-like face is almost fatherly. Arriving at a certain page, he hands me the book. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, if these pictures ever get finished, I'll show them off in a future video. Huh. Oh, wow. Holy fucking shit. Is that the very first concert of Worm Drama at the end of their junior year? They look like completely different people. They were, in a way. I can't even fathom. Fang in a dress. And holy shit, check out the claws on her. It's like when I didn't cut my nails for a whole summer because I thought it'd give me superpowers. Saber tooth? I don't know. More importantly, though, Trish with bangs and her hair down. Glasses? Wrapped her Jesus on the cross of stone. She looks like the biggest geek ever. Her horns are so adorably tiny and uneven. Makes me wonder if she used to be self-conscious about them. Or if she had braces to perfect the nerdy girl trifecta. One thing's for certain, they look sort of happy in this picture. Awkward teens that they were. What happened? Life happens, son. I don't get it. Look below the photo. Lucy, Trish, and Reed. Lucy? Lucy Aaron. It's Fang's real name. I thought it was Aaron with the O's in it, but whatever. I don't know. It's Fang's real name. Real name? What's that mean? With another deep, sorrowful sigh, Spears takes the book from me. It means what it sounds like. Fang is a made-up name, a nickname. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense and all, but she's got the teachers to call her by her nickname and stuff? Wait, now that I think about it, is that because of her non-binary whatever? Yes. You see, Annan, we've never had a transgender student before, and it was my prerogative to make her feel safe. Guess that didn't go so well. So, how'd she get like that anyways? Trish, she suggested that it was like her doing or something. I'm sorry, Annan. I don't have all the answers. It very well could have been Trish's influence, but it could have been Reed just the same. Reed? Now that's a surprise. There was an incident some months prior to that photo being taken. All three of them, Lucy, Trish, and Reed, were involved. What happened? Some boys, Reed's clientele, decided to pick on a helpless girl for a few laughs. See, so Trish stepped in to save Fang, Lucy. No, Annan, I believe it happened the other way around. Again, I don't have all the details. But you see, Reed's friends left him behind to take the blame. I found out, of course, but didn't want to let the opportunity slip. Opportunity? To put together three of our better students, each of whom come from different backgrounds. It was my belief that they could bring out the best in each other. I probably shouldn't mention that it failed miserably. Despite what you might be thinking right now, for a while it seemed to work. It did. All of them could have gone down a worse spiral long before. In fact, they seemed to be doing so well that I stopped checking in on them. I suppose it... Yeah, that's the story. Did it answer your question? Oh yeah, right. I came here to find out why Trish would feel responsible for Fang's death. Guess I know now. Yeah, thank you, sir. You may leave now. All of a sudden, there's an edge to Spears' voice. He looks like his usual proud self, but the conversation probably got to him. Shit, he might even be blaming himself for what happened. I thank him once again for sharing the story, then leave him be. I figure I'll just talk to Trish and ask her take on all this. It's still early afternoon as I depart from the school. My thoughts are all over the place. Mainly I'm wondering if Trish has gone home yet. I mean, I could just call her, but... well, maybe she's still sleeping, am I right? Who am I to wake up a lady? Honestly, it'd make me kind of proud if I tired her out that much. More importantly, though, if she's not in the flat anymore, this whole dilemma over talking to her might be moot. Like, not indefinitely, but then I'll have some time to think. 'Cause, like, I've heard some shit today. So, Trish was bullied. Fang was Lucy. And she was bullied too. Fang saved Trish. And Reed was involved as well. So then they became friends. And Trish wanted to help Lucy. So then Lucy became Fang. And Trish sided with her in that. 'Cause, like, friends. Fast forward a few years, and you got Fang shooting up the school. I mean, like, yeah, that does kind of sound like Trish fucked something up in Fang's head. Or maybe she was fucked to begin with. How could I ever know which is the truth? Like, Trish was pretty fucking psychotic before the incident. Not as much as Fang, maybe, but she looked legit unstable too. I mean, maybe that's right. She looked unstable. The only time she acted like that was in front of others. She was very loud, attacking Nazer publicly. And talking about that crowbar, that was in the cafeteria, and in front of me, Fang's lab partner. What, was she just putting on a show because Fang was bound to hear about these things? So she'd know Trish was trying to be nice to her? Did they have a fight or something? I've never actually seen them talk and stuff. Or was that just Trish in general trying to pay Fang back for saving her that one time? Or maybe it's something I have no way of figuring out. Not that I want to complain, but if only I could get a girlfriend and not live through a soap opera at the same time. That'd be so great. Anyway, if she's still over, I'll just talk to her about it. I'll ask her. Even if we can't straighten it out, Trish had a point. I should make an effort to get to know her. Like, she plays the guitar, right? I'll ask her to bring it over next time. Hope that'll cheer her up. I'm barely through the door as Trish calls out to me, her voice humming from the kitchen. Is that you, you big monkey? Yeah. There's an unmistakable smell of bacon in the air. Enjoy detention? Took your sweet time with it? Fuck off, I'm fucking dead. I stumble over to the kitchen, wondering what Trish could be doing in there. I was kind of hoping for the apron thing. Shockingly, she's making food. Bacon, eggs, toast, something like an English breakfast, even though it's about dinner time. I'm not sure how to react. I didn't even know she can cook. That smells really good. Too bad you're not getting any. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on, you little meteor dodger. Take that back and tell me how great I am, and I might just pity you with some scraps. Yeah, right. I just remembered I have a can of dog food hidden away. Ass. She steps away from the pan to jab at my shoulder and give me a kiss, hurrying back before something gets burned. The scene my eyes report is so idyllic. I just don't want to taint it with the fang discussion. For a bit, I just listen to the sizzling of the fat, thinking about what to say. So, wasn't sure you'd still be here when I came home. I went to check on my fam earlier, so now I'm all yours for the weekend. That's pretty cool. I mean, damn, I was totally looking forward to jerking off and playing video games. Yeah. I hate that she's right. So, what did you do? Gardening? Yeah. Then go fucking change and clean yourself, you hobo. Even though she's right, I don't like the commanding tone of her voice. She probably catches that too, hurrying to correct herself. I mean, you should, yeah, it's fine, I get it. I pat her back to assure her I didn't get mad, then go change into clean clothes. About 5 minutes later, we're sitting at the table, digging into our dinner. Despite her jokes from earlier, Trish did, of course, prepare a plate for me, too. I feel outright pampered. The combination of meat and eggs makes me question the term herbivore. Though Trish seems absolutely fine eating both. We banter a little as usual, but the more we do, the more it feels like something's bothering her. Maybe I really should bring up Fang and all that. If we could get to the bottom of it, maybe she'd feel better. As we get to the last few bites, I decide to go for it. Trish, yeah? There's this thing, a thing I want to talk to you about. Is it important? I have to go soon. Wait, go? I thought you're crashing the weekend. She looks at me with clear annoyance. And I just told you I have to go and check on my family. What? Like, I remember something about that, but... Didn't you say you've already checked on them? No, I didn't. Thought she did. Her voice is so cold all of a sudden. I don't even know when was the last time I've heard her talk like this. But I guess I did mishear her after all. But I'm sure she said she's free to stay. Whatever, let's not fight again. If she wants to leave this bad, she must have a reason for it. Sorry, I must have misunderstood you. She says nothing, getting up from the table with a very audible ugh. Right after she goes to pick up her clothes and stuff, making a beeline for the door. Wait. Shit, did I fuck up this bad? I didn't even realize I was being an artist this time. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I'm sorry? For what? Like, I don't know. Goodbye, Annan. Trish? She's already halfway through the door, stopping to listen to me without so much as turning her head. will you bring your guitar over next time? I'd like to listen to you play. The offer seems to take Trish off guard, her tough girl facade dropping. It takes her only about a second or two to regain her composure, but as she looks back at me, she's, I don't know, less angry. The edge doesn't return to her voice either. In fact, it's barely more than an angsty whisper. Yeah, sure. For a moment, there it almost looks like she'll come back inside. But she doesn't. She should have been here by now. What's going on? I've been standing here for a good 20 minutes now, waiting for Trish. She's never once missed our morning walks. But now I'm probably going to be late, waiting for her freckled purple ass. Could she have gotten into an accident or something? It's kind of foggy today. Or is she sick? Or is it a family thing? Okay, first period is homeroom. Suki won't mind if I'm a couple minutes late. Hopefully. I'll just wait a bit longer. Come on, Trish. Fine, fuck it. I have to go. I'll just send her a text and ask if she's alright. I can't even make it into the building before her reply arrives, which just confuses me further. Had to come in early, sorry. Oh. Well, she could have just fucking said so. Ohio, Anakin, was a reason for your tardiness. I've gotten sort of used to deciphering Suki's garbage English by now, although I still need a double take. I got lost in the fog. Very funny, Anunkun. Is that... You can decipher that one however you want, 'cause I'm not able to. Yes, sir, I will refrain from being elected. Some snickers come from the class, and it seems my smartassery isn't lost on Suki either. Take you to your seat now. Hi. I keep my head down through the rest of the class. Man, what's with me? Guess I got a little too used to dissing dinos while bantering with Trish. Continue like this, and I'll spend all my weekends in detention. Stella would be delighted. Or rather, she would scold me arm in arm with Trish for being a jerk. Although Trish isn't exactly alien to being a jerk herself, leaving me hanging this morning is a shining example of that. Whatever, I'll just ask her about it before the next class. Or so I thought, but I don't see Trish till lunch period. She doesn't even come up to me even then. In fact, she wouldn't acknowledge my existence till I take the seat across her. Is she still mad at me or something? I seriously couldn't figure out what I did wrong. Trish usually revels in letting me know about my mistakes and how to correct them, but now she's so clammed up. Sup? Not much. I was worried about you. Yeah? Like, you could have told me not to wait for you. I had to come in early, sorry. That's the exact same thing she said in her message. Just with better grammar. You still could have sent me a text. Couldn't. Why? Because I had to come in early. I'm starting to believe she's doing this on purpose. Let's see, why exactly? Had to return a book to a classmate. And you couldn't have told me that like the day before? I mean, that's something you kind of know before the fact. What is your problem? She had a surprise quiz this morning and needed her book back, so I had to scram. That sounds plausible. Still feels sketchy though, but it's not like I can call her out on it. I see. Gotta go. But the period isn't even halfway through. I have a test too, gotta study for it. Another flimsy excuse. But once again, I can't outright say it's not true. Like, how would I know? She'd just say I'm calling her a liar. I take a deep breath, unclenching my hand that I didn't even notice curled up into a fist. A little rat fist of rage. Right, good luck. Thanks. See you after school, you big hairless ape. She gives me a quick hug and kiss, as if we didn't just have this pseudo-passive-aggressive fight, jogging away with a happy bounce in her steps. What the fuck is going on with this girl? I just couldn't wait for classes to be over. Though to be honest, I was expecting Trish to find another excuse to miss our walk home. It's a pleasant surprise seeing her show up, on time, and actually smiling and stuff. Hell, she's practically beaming with positive energy. If I didn't know, I could hardly believe this is the same girl from the cafeteria. Maybe she was just stressed about her test from before. If there actually was a test to begin with. Maybe it's a woman thing. Gushing red, I guess. Who knows? How was your test? Aced it. Nice. Want to celebrate with some ice cream? Sure, my treat. Whoa, who's this dashing gentleman, and what did he do with my boyfriend? I'd call her an ass if it wasn't for her offhand confirmation of our relationship status. I mean, yeah, it kind of goes without saying that we're a couple now. But with how she's been acting since Saturday, I felt as if maybe she's getting second thoughts about us. I really, really do hope it was just exam anxiety. Yeah, let's go. With Trish's help, we navigate to the nearest ice cream parlor. Well, nearest and wallet-friendly. The neighborhood reflects that too. Busy streets packed with all sorts of vendors. And people. Not the kind of place I'd expect Trish to frequent. Nevertheless, she seems to know where we're going, only stopping every now and again to check out a stall or something. Getting kind of suspicious here that the ice cream wasn't actually the point. Do you come here often? Fuck! The crowd is so loud that I can't make out her answer. I try again, but suddenly the mob gets so thick that we almost get separated. Good thing we're holding hands. Plus, I'm fairly sure someone felt up my butt. I think they were trying to get to your wallet. Probably some thief probing for my wallet. Little do they know that I have so little money that I can't even afford to have one. Eventually, we fight our way through the sea of people to a more quiet side alley. I'm just now noticing how late it's got. We've been walking around for hours now. Damn, what's with this place? It's Little Trudon. Busiest street in the city. Right. So what were you saying earlier? Oh yeah, I was asking if you come here often. Yeah, I guess. We used to come here with... Oh, I should have figured. Trish's small body deflates, eyes sticking to the ground. Fuck, let's try to distract her somehow. So, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? It's strawberry. Yeah, I like that too. I used to always ask my mom for strawberry yogurt and secretly pretended that that's what pussy tasted like. Oh my god, what? It's so messed up. Shut up, I was like 13 or something. Yeah, it totally wasn't last year or something or anything. Nah, definitely not. It takes Trish considerable time to silence her laughter, cheeks reddening and eyes full of tears. Mission report, target successfully distracted. Anna, you're such a loser. And don't you forget it. I do what I can. Trish cuddles up to me with a giggle, wiping the last of her tears on the sleeve of my jacket. We stay like that for a bit, at least till her breathing evens out. It's weird being so close to a girl in public. What's weirder is that I'm more comfortable with it than not. Come on, you spear chucker, let's get some of that ice cream. Right after you, Trigger. Monkey. Meteor Dodger. I didn't know she had it in her. That's not even a human-centric insult. No, it's a you-centric truth. And don't you forget it. Ouch. That makes you a f*** too, you know. Oh yeah? And why's that? 'Cause you love me, Trigger. Her face suddenly goes bright red, grip tightening on my arm. She doesn't deny or confirm my statement, and I can totally live with that. It's not like that I meant it. It's not like I meant it all serious anyway. More to make her embarrassed. Just shut up and let's go. Getting the ice cream, much as the rest of the date, went surprisingly well. We both got our scoops of strawberry, something Trish just couldn't stop teasing me about, then walked all the way back to our usual split-up point. Along the way, we checked out a couple more vendors, playing a game of who can find the most useless unitasker they're selling. I think I've won that with a phone Roomba, although Trish certainly got close with a pair of pizza shears. Order up. It's probably still easier than using an actual pizza cutter though, so you gotta give them props for that. Little fella has been sitting on my table since I got home, albeit now with a crudely drawn-on angry face. We also may or may not have stopped in a park to make out behind a bunch of trees. And people may or may not have shouted at us for being indecent. Just gotta get your hand up her shirt. Upon which we may or may not have ran away laughing, and my foot may or may not have got caught up in some roots, and I may or may not have face planted the ground. And Trish may or may not have laughed at me so hard that she farted. Ponder. All in all, we've had a pretty good time, carelessly fooling around, like I've always imagined teenagers should do. So hard to accept that this is my life, my actual, honest-to-God reality that I'm living. Even though I'm laying flat in the bed, my head is way up in the clouds. What a heavenly feeling. There was just one thing. Something Trish said as we were saying goodbye. Thank you for this, Annan. Seriously. Sure, I had a good time too. Maybe we should come here again. Yeah, maybe. But that's not what I meant. You've opened my eyes to something. I think I finally figured it out. You lost me. No, Annan, I think I've just let go of something else. So, yeah, I couldn't quite figure that one out yet. I think she was talking about Fang, 'cause, like, who else could she have been talking about? But what's this thing she just figured out? No matter how long I keep staring at the ceiling, the answer eludes me. But if Trish is happy, that makes me happy too. In fact, I'm so full of energy, I can't even consider going to sleep yet. I have this strong urge to just do something. Something more than just playing video games or shitposting. The wires in my head must be short-circuiting. I don't know. It has to be Trish rubbing off on me. But she wasn't wrong. I can't stay a lazy dipshit all my life. I'm gonna get fit. Watch over me, Zaz. I'm gonna make it. When was the last time I went for a jog in the evening? Or like, any time ever. Yeah, fuck it, might as well start now. Then maybe I won't be like dead men walking after a night with Trish. Oh, you tire me out, lady. Jesus Christ. Ugh, I'm having palpitations. I hastily pulled a dirty all-year-round, unwashed PE uniform from my bag, putting it on and rushing down to the street before I could change my mind. The cold air makes me reconsider immediately. Alas, I fight the temptation, instead thinking about a destination. I definitely don't want to get jumped in some alley or get lost in this city. I was told there's a beach nearby. Maybe I could find my way there, and then walk back to wind down. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So, how's it go? I should stretch, right? Real men don't stretch. That's just for girls and sissies. Hard cut to me doing the Seth MacFarlane pose. With the help of a digital map, I set out in a light rhythm. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Despite it being so late, the sun hasn't set all the way yet, and there's still a few waning rays lighting up the sky. I know people usually connect new beginnings and all that with the dawn, but I'm getting a similar feeling nevertheless. Maybe I should make this into a regular thing. Well, that's what I thought at first anyway, but by the time I've arrived at the beach, I'm not all that keen on the idea. I'm sweaty and cold and wheezing like a chain smoker, not to mention dizzy. Damn, I didn't know I was this much out of shape. What was this, a mile? A little less? Sheesh, let me just find a bench and... that's... ugh, better. Why did I do this again? Oh yeah, 'cause I want to get better. Oh, poor Trish. I take a few deep breaths, trying to get my shit together. Wow, yeah, I seriously have to be head over heels for her to torture myself like this. Especially since that miniature tyrant can be torture enough on her own. I turn my attention to the water, the little flashes of the sun's red glow dancing on the waves. There's a layer of fog rolling in too, ever so slowly enveloping the piers and a lonely lighthouse nearby. The tranquility of the scene calms me as well, and eventually my lungs stop burning for oxygen, gut not threatening to empty its contents anymore. Trish isn't all that bad, even when she is. Most of our fights broke out over her trying to care for me in her own twisted way. Other than that, we're getting along alarmingly well. Does that make me like a trigger too? I've always considered their kind to be below me. Like, that's true for dinos in general. But them most of all, loud and obnoxious as they come. Maybe I was wrong to think that. Or maybe maybe she's one of the good ones. Who knows? Or maybe Trish is just better than the rest. She's smarter than me, more social, better looking. Oh, and definitely more fit. At least I'm cleverer. Trish wins a fair amount of our bets Trish wins a fair amount of our bouts of banter, but if she's not using her vile female charms, I mostly get the upper hand on her. I hate to admit it, but I really, really enjoy talking to her, even though she's a giant normal. In fact, the only thing I couldn't talk about with Trish was Fang. She's quite adamant on that. I haven't yet given up on trying to have that discussion with her, but it's like, whatever. One day she'll get through it, and I'll be there to support her till she does. Not much else I could do anyways. If what she said is any indicator, those times might be closer than I thought. Yeah, things should seriously start to improve from this point on. I'm like 90% sure of that. The next day. Or maybe not. Once again, I'm here on Astro Corner, but there's no Trish. What? Is this how it's always going to be from now on? Not a fan of the trend. Did she seriously ditch me again? Is this another surprise quiz of dubious existence? What possible reason could she have after our date yesterday? It went great. I made absolutely no mistakes. She can't be mad at me. This time I don't wait till the last second to contact her, but she's not replying to any message, nor is she picking up the phone. Well, that's just grand. And to think I was looking forward to it so giddily to brag about my recent vow at improving myself. I'm just about to give up and head to school without Trish when an unfamiliar, high-pitched voice comes from behind me. Hey, mister! Huh? Are you the big dumb ape? I might as well just do my Scootaloo voice, why not? Excuse me, what? Did Trish get caught up in some time travel scenario? Am I dreaming? Good Lord. I'll take that as a yes. Who are you, little girl? The name is Chandra, and stop calling me a little girl. It's creepy. Fuck you too, kid. That name, though, it sounds vaguely familiar. Maybe I'll remember it from that one time Trish told me about all her brothers and sisters. The resemblance is striking. Are you? Yeah, Trish is my sister. She asked me to tell you she won't be going to school today. Oh. Well, now I feel like an asshole, being so judgmental. I mean, I did have good reason to suspect Trish would do her thing again, but this time around, she's at least thought of informing me. It still smells of bullshit, though. Why not just send a message? Even if she forgot, I've called her about 3 times. And this little sister thing, it feels too contrived. How did you know that I know Trish? Chandra looks up at me for only the briefest of seconds before turning her attention back to her phone. Trish told me to look for the bald skinny in the green jacket. And that you would listen to being called a stupid monkey. Thanks a lot, Trish. Right, so what's up with her? She went to see her other boyfriend. She what? The one in the hospital? Oh, thank fuck, she just means Reed. Christ, kid, stop giving me a heart attack here. You do know Reed's not her boyfriend, right? Whatever you say. So, did Trish leave her phone at home, or... Nah, I took it. Why? 'Cause she drank my chalky milk. 'Cause I'm epic. Or not epic, now that I think about it. This half Korean man appeared from the shadows to give it to me. He disappeared without a trace as I looked away for a second. Good grief, that's vile. That's vile behavior. I don't even know what to say to that. Chandra seems to be fine with the conversation ending, though, nonchalantly raising her hand towards me. Does she need me to walk her to school or something? Like, I don't even know where her school is. But I guess I can't just leave a little girl in the middle of Skin Row like this. Embarrassing as it is, I tried taking her hand. only to have her jank it back when she realizes what I'm about to do. Jesus Christ. On his cross of rock. Jeez, not that, you pedo. Oh my lord. Give me my $5. Your $5? Trish said if I told you the things, you'd give me $5. This fucking family, I swear to God. Fine. Go get yourself some chalky milk. I fish the money from my pocket and hand it to Chandra. To my surprise, she refuses. Nuh-uh, now it's 20 for being a pedo. Take it or leave it, I'm not the Salvation Army. I could always just tell Trish. Humiliating as it is to be blackmailed by someone half my age, my first instinct would be to oblige. You probably better. But then again, I wonder if Trish would be on my side. No. I mean, discipline and all that. What? No. Yep, there goes your 5. Bye, kid. But big sister Trishy promised. Holy fuck, I'm gonna die of her cuteness. Yeah, I'm not Trish. Let this be a lesson of overplaying your hand. You're a meanie, mister. Yeah, and you're a little brat. Now scram. Maybe that was a little too harsh. Poor Chandra deflates, but thankfully she's able to handle the situation. Something tells me she's used to not getting her way all the time. Fine. But you owe me that 5. She punches me in the gut, then leaves me without further ado. That seems to be a family tradition, except Trish can actually deliver a punch, unlike her little sister here. Well, anyway, that's that, I guess. Can't skip a whole day, even for Trish. I'm sure she'd understand. Little Miss studies every day. Not to mention, if she wanted me there, she would have said so. Maybe Reed called her to talk fang stuff only the two of them know about. Not that I enjoy being left out, but I should respect their privacy. They've been friends long before I was anything to them. Trish will need someone to bring her up to speed on today's classes too, like the ones we share anyways. Or maybe I'm just telling myself these things to feel better about the situation. Give her the 20. Fine, here you go, you little brat. I better not wake up in a police cell tomorrow. Thanks, mister. She gives me the faintest smiles, then leaves without further ado. What a little brat. Was Trish like that too when she was her age? Well, anyway, that's that, I guess. $5. Take it or leave it. Yeah, and you just wait till I tell her about you extorting people. Chandra gives the thought some consideration. I don't know what their relationship with Trish might look like, so it's entirely possible she'll see right through my bluff. Fortunately, she seems to respect Trish enough to drop the act. Fine. I'll take the 5. I give her the money and pat her head. Don't touch her anymore, dude. Something, her head, something, whatever that is. She only puts up a token of resistance over, then let her go her way. What a little brat. I'm not the slightest bit more confident about my decision, even as lunch period rolls around. Trish still hasn't showed up or contacted me in any way, so I'm just sitting here on my bum, idly poking at the cold cardboard fries on my plate. Hello, Anon. A girl steps to my table. It's that Latina manifestation of fury from PE class, Stella's friend. Her name is Rosa, I think. Anon, that is your name, see? Yeah? At first I'm totally confused by her appearance. What does she want with me? We haven't talked once. We haven't even been introduced to each other. But then I remember, she knows Trish. Could this be the sign I'm waiting for? Did Trish send you? Trish? No, Anon. I'm here with Stella. She points towards the chow line and to a very excited lime pastel-colored stegosaurus, waving back to us. At us. Can we sit with you? I'm not really in the talking mood, but I guess I could use the company. And I'm more than a little scared of saying no to her. So I mutely nod and gesture at the chair opposite of me. So, yeah, this is awkward. This is what happens when two people who don't know one another sit down to talk. Rosie keeps throwing these inquisitive glances at me, but she doesn't say anything, as if there was a big flashing sign stapled to my forehead reading, "Don't even bother." Normally, I'd be happy to avoid any and all conversation, and yet today it just makes me feel worse. Like I can't even do this right. Fortunately, Stella arrives soon, breaking the ice with her general aloofness. Hi, Anon. How's my favorite lovebird doing? Did you confess your undying love to Trish yet? Made love on a bed of roses? It was just my bed. It was my race car bed.
I sleep in a racing car. Do you?
I sleep in a big bed with my wife.
Oh.
Tell me. Her out-of-nowhere enthusiasm hits me like a brick wall to the face. You don't look too happy for someone in love. Nonsense. He's just... Stop it. Let me read. Every fucking mom does this. Every time. All after those long nights of passionate love. Nonsense, he's just a little tired after all those long nights of passionate loving. No, Stella, I'm really not. Huh? What is wrong, Anon? If only I knew. I'm just having a hard time figuring stuff out. Did you get Trish mad at you? No, I don't think I have. But for someone who's been hiding his power level for the larger part of a decade, you'd think I'd be better at hiding my emotions as well. This is to go further beyond. I hate being the center of attention. It's okay, Anon, you can tell us. Stella is right. I swear on me familia, your secret is safe with us. I know they're just trying to help, but all the girls have accomplished with their niceness is to make me more embarrassed. It's like... Do you guys know why Trish hasn't come in today? They shake their heads. She went to see Reed in the hospital. Oh, that Reed boy, always getting into trouble. What did he do this time? Well, that's just it. I have no idea because Trish wouldn't tell me. She didn't even tell me not to wait for her because, you know, we always come to school together. Oh, Annan, that's so romantic. Thanks, Stella, but that's not helping. Maybe she forgot. Yeah, maybe. But this is the second day in a row she does this. Maybe she forgot twice. No, it's more complicated than that. I push my plate away, slumping down on the table. What's there left to say? Maybe Trish is telling the truth. Maybe she's not having a good old laugh playing with me. Maybe she didn't send her sister as a convenient excuse to an envelope with Reed. If I went to the hospital, would they actually be there? Worst of it all is I can't even say why she'd do something like this. Or why she'd spend that amazing afternoon with me if she doesn't want me anymore. I tried my best to be a good boyfriend. I really did. I've put everything into being an actual decent human being for once. But maybe I just wasn't good enough. Let's face it, I'm no more than some lonely artist who got lucky with a vulnerable girl. Hey, Annan. I raised my head from the table, focusing my attention on the girls again. They both look mildly concerned, uncomfortable. Far from the unbearable sense of dread I'm stuck with, that's for sure. Like there's some easy-to-grasp idea here, something even a child should understand, and yet I need to be told about. Explained in great detail, and this duty has fallen on them. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I think you're reading too much into it. He's definitely reading too much into it. Huh? What are you... Look, Trish is happy to be with you. She is. Every single evening, she tells us about what you two did together that day. Trish is very proud to have you. Did she say that? Well, not like that, but it's obvious from the way she talks about you. Right. She keeps going on about your date yesterday for over an hour, amigo. Yeah. Seriously? Seriously. The last time she was this happy about someone other than herself was... Yeah? It was Fang. I'm sure my face is bright red right now. If what Stella and Rosa are saying is the truth, then it would be everything I've ever wanted to hear. Trish, proud of me. No, better yet, proud to be with me. I want to believe that. I want to believe that so badly. And yet, the question remains. But why is she doing this? The girls look at one another, neither of them having an answer. Well, have you tried asking her? She's left her phone home today, allegedly. What about yesterday? She said she had to return a book to a classmate. See, she had her reasons. Yeah, but I don't know. I really don't. I could say she was dodging me all day, and then they'd ask me if I know why, and then I'd reply she was studying for a test, and once again, the girls would be satisfied with that reason. I mean, yeah, that is a reason. It was reasonable for Trish not to see me yesterday. And today, too, she had to go meet Reed, and she's left her phone at home. Laid out like this on paper, it all sounds reasonable, and as if I was making a big deal out of nothing. And maybe I am, too. That's the very core of the problem. I'm kept out of the loop, so I have no idea what's going on. Have you tried calling Reed? Maybe he's still with Trish. That's a good idea. Except there's a catch. I don't have his number. I can give it to you. Really? Sure. I reach for my phone, but just as I do, the damn bell rings. Oh, come on, Stella. You can be a couple minutes late this one time. Meet me in the gardens after school? Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. The following few hours consist of a fierce battle waging in my head, as I'm unable to make up my mind whether I want classes to be over as soon as possible, or if I should savor these moments as calm before the storm. Even the stuff Stella and Rosa told me doesn't make me feel happy anymore. I mean, they're just relaying things Trish has told them. She could just as easily play with their heads as she does with mine. She doesn't even need malicious intents for that. Maybe she's putting up a front or a mask. Again. Or still. Fuck if I know anymore. There's a CG. I end up watching the throngs of students file out the main entrance, looking for the courage to walk out there myself. Their perfect clothes and perfect smiles and perfect life makes me want to shout at them. Why are you all so happy? What do you have that I don't? But then again, why wouldn't they be happy? They've just had a 2-week vacation not long ago, and from their point of view, the school's been rid of the loudest and most obnoxious weirdos. They get to live the carefree life of a young adult day in and day out. If there's anything like the small glimpses I've got, they have no reason not to be happy. I imagine the most complex stuff they have to contend with are homework and exams, and which party to attend this weekend. Maybe a bit of relationship drama on the side to make the picture complete. In that way, I'm not all that different from them. Can't forget, I technically count as a normal person now, having a girlfriend and all that. It's just, I'm honestly a little scared of what this call might uncover. I can't help but remember what I've been told about Lucy. On her way to becoming Fang, everyone thought, herself most of all, I'm sure that she was doing everything right. Her friends were proud of her. They were all happy. And then look at how that story ended. I'm not entirely sure what point I'm trying to make here, but it's like maybe everyone who thinks I'm improving is wrong. Maybe I've already set out on that other path, turning into a psychopath like Fang, or into another normie what's-his-face in the crowd, like all the other students here. I mean, who's to say otherwise? Me? Like I would know. Obviously in the past I didn't care about Fang much. Still, I feel a sort of twisted connection to her now, like we're both just blind mice, running around in a labyrinth of emotions. Hey, if Trish really turns out to be a monster, I'll have a mini Minotaur to complete the metaphor. Or maybe it's an allegory. I'm not sure. But Trish has got the horns to be a Minotaur. Mini Minotaur. Oh wait, she's a female. Would the correct term be cowgirl then? Milk the cow. Milk it now. That sounds kind of dumb. And aren't all cows girls anyways? Makes me wonder how angry Trish would get if I got her a giant nose ring as a present, the kind cattle have. Be kind of hot. The answer is probably very. I smile and sigh, realizing that I'm just stalling now. The knowledge that I can still joke about the matter lightens my mood, filling my heart with determination. Right. Fine. Whatever. Let's get this over with. Stella is already waiting for me, calling out from a bench as I round the last corner. Hey, Annan, over here. I take a seat next to her unceremoniously, pulling out my phone in the process. I realize this might be a little rude, but I want to skip the meaningless chit-chat. Straight to business, huh? Are you sure you don't want to just, talk about things? I just want to get this done, Stella. Wow, this Trish stuff really got you down, huh? My silence is answer enough. Stella nods mutely, getting her phone out to which, by the way, has a cute cartoonishly shaped Stegosaurus cover, then dictates me Reed's number. A minute or two and I'm sitting there, dial tone in my eardrums. At first I thought Stella would leave me to conduct my business in private, but it seems she's too curious to go. I'm actually thankful for that. Happy to know I'm not alone. Is this what having friends is like? Not that I could ponder on it for long. The line cracks and Reed's familiar voice fills my ears. Hey, this is the Reed man speaking. Hey Reed, it's me, Hannon. Oh hey dude, you done with classes? Uh-huh. Cool bro, I'm here at your crib. What? At my crib? Yeah, for the sleepover, dude. 'Twas hella hard to get my pops to let me spend the first night out of the hospital, not home, you know? They think I'm sleeping at TRISH'S. Yeah, you're right, the sleepover. Ha ha ha. Say, speaking of Trish, is Trish with you right now? Nah, bro, she went to get her guitar, 'cause, she said she promised you she would bring it over. Well, that's technically true, but where to take this conversation now? I figure I should get home now, too. Join the apparent sleepover party. After all, now I have a pretty good idea why Trish just had to see Reed today. He's finally been released from the hospital. Sucks I wasn't invited, though. Plus, she totally could have just told me about it. Annan, you there? What? You got kind of silent there. Everything okay? Yeah, I'll see you guys there. Man, see ya. With a click, I end the call, slumping back into the seat. Stella shifts around nervously, no doubt waiting for me to say something. She probably couldn't hear Reed's side of the conversation. So, I guess we're throwing a party for Reed. He's out of the hospital. Stella is visibly relieved hearing that, but I'm not sure she has the right idea. Aw, Annan, see? I've told you there's nothing to worry about. This is super good news, and a party is super cool. Yeah, super cool. So am I hearing about it just now? Maybe it's a surprise party. For me? At my own place. To celebrate Reed. And then why would he tell me then? Those are some good points. We sit in silence for a while as I consider my options. At least I'm not the only one kept in the dark this time. Stella didn't know about the party either. Or she's in on the play, but I don't want to think about that. I don't think I'm ready to be a paranoid conspiracy theorist just yet. I'm not even from Maine. So that's certainly something. I entertained the thought of inviting Stella, if only to get back at Trish that I have a +1 and it's not her. But I let go of this silly idea fast. Revenge begets revenge, and all that, so it wouldn't solve anything. Plus, I don't want to get Stella into trouble. She's been nothing but helpful all this time. Then again, perhaps Trish could do with a reminder not to take me for granted. I am willing to put up with a lot of shit, but I have some goddamn dignity, too. Tastes like strawberries. I'm so lost in thought that I barely register Stella's next question. So, what now? Well, it's not like I can't go. I live there. Yeah, that was really smart thinking on Trish's part. I have to show up. What else could I do? Sleep on a bench? Yeah, and I suppose I'll show Reed a good time. And tomorrow I'll ask Trish what the fuck is up. This can't go on without a talk, but I won't have Reed suffer for it. Poor guy's suffered enough. I'm not sure what it was I said, but all of a sudden Stella gives me the widest, brightest smile I've ever seen on her face. Wow, Annan, you're being so mature right now. For a second there, I can't tell if she's being sarcastic. Doubt is probably written on my face as well. Costella's fast with an explanation. You just changed a lot in these past few weeks, but in a good way. Sometimes even I get a little jealous of Trish, you know, having a boyfriend like you. Oh. It feels indescribably good to have someone finally acknowledge I'm not fucking things up for once. Like there's this gaping hole in my chest, and part of it has been sewn up. I just feel like I'm a bit more whole. Thank you, Stella. I really needed to hear that. Her only answer is that smile again, which I take as my cue to get this shit show on the road. Acting like an adult and absolutely not being an impulsive autistic retard spurg is practically my middle name. That's right. It's party time. Ebony, Ivory, let's get to work.
You showed up.
You sure know how to throw a party. No food, no drinks, and the only babe just left.
My sincerest apology, brother. I was so eager to see you, I couldn't concentrate on preparations for the bash.
Hurry up, you jackass. This thing is heavy. I've met up with the gang only a couple minutes ago, down by the apartment entrance. With Reed and his creed. As promised, Trish brought her guitar. Either that or a machine gun in a guitar-shaped casket. Or its rocket launcher shaped like a guitar case. That movie's fucking weird. Let me tell you. Stella, of course, went home, although not until bombarding me with 101 tips on how not to fail at a party. Some of her advice was sound, but it was also painfully obvious she took them from some magazine or internet forum for awkward teens. Like I'm sure it wouldn't have occurred to me not to take shots after fizzy drinks, but at the same time, even I know not to vomit on your girlfriend. And oh my god. Oh Lord, I just noticed that. Oh, and he's got a little crutch. Oh, and she's got the thing on her back. Christ, that would be a disaster. As it happens, there isn't even any booze here anyways. Which is, well, A real surprise, considering that Reed is Reed. Guess they did just come straight home from the hospital, supposedly. Oh yeah? What's all that fitness for if you got no muscle out of it? You'll see how much muscle I got when I bash your face in. Like you can reach up that high, leaping lizard. Yeah, well, maybe I'll just kick you in the balls first, if you got any. I'm ready. I'm ready. Ooh, you're making me scared. My testicles are shivering in their boots. That was the oddest thing I think I've ever said in my life. Reed continues to watch our back and forth with an increasingly aghast expression, trying to interject at times. Of course, neither of us pays him any notice, getting too caught up in a battle of wits. That is, until Reed taps his crutch against the wall, loud metallic clinking resonating through the street. Guys, we turn to him in unison. Huh? What? There's no anger in our voices, only confusion. Anger was reserved for the argument. The sudden change in the mood catches Reed unprepared, and it takes him a second or two to get back in the saddle. Could you guys stop fighting? It's a party. Fighting? We speak at the same time, wondering what the hell Reed is talking about. And then it hits us. What's regular banter and bickering to us could easily be seen as a heated argument from the outside. We were more nasty than clever this time around, too. Embarrassed, we turned from each other, clearing our throats and stuttering. We weren't... It wasn't... He started it. Bitch. Oh, no, you don't. No way. No way. No way. You're the one who going on about being a lip-wristed lip. You envy that crutch this much? I'll be happy to help you to a pair. What? And just like that, we were back at it again. Eventually, we made it up to the flat, halting hostilities so we could support Reed on the stairs. He insisted he wouldn't need the help, but after falling flat on his ass twice, Trish would hear no excuse. I kind of agreed with her on that, even though I'm certain spending this much time in the hospital, monitored and restricted, probed and analyzed, must have made Reed crave his freedom. To take his mind off it, I try to start a conversation while fishing the keys from my pocket. So, how are things going with you, Reed? Well, you know. He shrugs, awkwardly tapping the rubber end of his crutch on the ground. I'm okay. Right. That's good to hear. None of us says anything for a while after that. And yes, it is awkward. Didn't Stella say something about a situation like this? Should I distract them? Break into a flashy dance or something? Can we go inside already? This thing is fucking heavy. Trish, what did you promise me about swearing? What? You need another broken leg or something? Chill out, sister. Hold on, this is my chance to interject and be the cool boyfriend. Yeah, Trish, don't be a bitch. Wait, that didn't come out right. Excuse me? I mean, yeah, Trish, a rock star like you can't be a wimp. Thank you, Base Reed, for having my back. Although it's more likely he wanted to stop another argument before it began. Not necessarily concerned about my welfare. Plus, he could tone down the charm, because now I feel like he just had to step in and act like he saved my ass. Even though that's exactly what happened. Luckily, Trish handles the situation calmly enough, content with giving both of us a death stare and snatching the keys from my hand. Whatever, I'll let myself in. The exact second we enter the flat is when things turn weird. In one fluent motion, Trish drops her guitar on the bed and does an energetic 180 to face us, all of a sudden sporting a bubbly smile. So, Hannon, what would you like me to play? Huh? Bohemian's nudity. They might be dinos. Rise against the loincloth. I'm the best of the best, so you can ask for anything. I get so confused every time she does something like this. I just can't help but wonder which one is the mask she's putting up this time. Did she act mad at me and is she happy for real, or is it the other way around? While I'm left slack-jawed, Trish wastes no time to gear up, drumming impatiently on her guitar in a matter of mere seconds. She doesn't even stop to tune it, which leads me to believe she prepped for the party in more ways than one. Huh. There's a very familiar great-looking gray feather on the neck of the guitar. Is that? Play some Jethro Tull. Does this look like a flute to you? Yes. But you just said... Thank you, Reed. Anything you can play on a guitar. And I was asking Annan. So, what's it gonna be? But... Still confused, panicked, and the perpetual retard that I am, I blurt out the very first thing that comes to mind. They run when the sun comes up. With their lives on the line. Alive. I don't know what the rest of it says. That's the only part I remember. Rules of... I don't know. Hold on a second. It's from some dumb anime, isn't it? It sure is. It sure is. It's from a video game. What was that? Oh my god, I can't do this. I'm in dire need of a miracle here. It's from Stonewheel Rising, duh. I can't handle this. What? Did we just... Is that a movie or something? Kind of. Nah, it's a video game and it's totally cool. Jeez, guys, ever heard the term lost cause? Hey, that makes you a lost cause too, hanging out with us. I guess it does. Fine, you losers win. Show me and I'll try to play it. But I give no guarantees. This is like a short time order or something. I'm sure you'll do your best. Damn right I will. 'Cause I am the best. There's something about this exchange that gives me pause. Faked or not, it's so normal. More than that, it's frighteningly pleasant. Me being a nerd without being laughed at, joking around with a cute dino girl, it all reminds me of the first time we watched anime with Trish. Her stubborn enthusiasm of wanting to learn about me, to get to know me, to do stuff with me. If it wasn't for Trish, we wouldn't be here right now. Maybe they'd have this same party with Reed, but I wouldn't be a part of it. I never could have found the courage to open up on my own. When I look at it this way, it makes me not want to care about all that manipulation stuff. Hell, maybe it's all in my head anyways. I owe a debt to Trish that I don't even know how to repay. She gave me an opportunity to be happy, to be a part of something real. Maybe I should just trust her and do as she asks. Improve. Be better. She'll tell me how. Annan, are you okay? Huh? Oh, right. From Trish's perspective, I must have been eyeing her like some weird meth addict. Yeah, I think you're the best too. Come here, you. She tries to bonk my forehead, only to get caught up in the guitar straps, lose balance, and ultimately fall on top of me. Ow. Wow, guys, get a room. Shut it. Yeah, dude, can't help this little trigger falling for me so hard. I'm just too perfect. The red, purple tint progressively filling Trish's face is very amusing to watch. I swear there's smoke fuming from her ear holes too. Oh, that is it. Still flustered, Trish grabs onto the collars of my jacket, shaking me back and forth without remorse. This little trigger will murder you far from... What? This little trigger will murder your far from perfect ass now. I knew I shouldn't, but I can't help laughing in her face. I was loathing coming to this party, having to face Trish. But yeah, even though my spine is about to be compressed to find us, I'm having a strangely good time. I still can't tell if Trish is putting up an act here, but if this is the result then, I can roll with it. For the next hour or so, after Trish generously decided not to murder me, we tried to teach her stuff like rules of nature and bury the light. She did surprisingly well, considering she's never heard these songs before. She's more skilled with her guitar than I've expected her to be, replaying parts of each song almost perfectly. And only after hearing them a couple times, too. It made me a little envious, honestly. Damn my parents for never making me learn anything useful. Anyhow, after Trish got bored of that, we moved on to talking about random stuff, exchanging stories, and just generally fooling around. It's been a lot of fun. How'd you hear about Stonewheel Rising anyway, Reed? Oh, dude, now that's a story. There's this guy, you see, my carf dealer. That old fart, you mean? Yeah, and he's blind to one eye, too. Wait, what? That old fart, you mean? Yeah, and he's blind on one eye, too, I think. Hold on. Wow. Anyway, he always gives me the stuff in this big paper bag. To, be clandestine. Like, you know how sex shops give you plain black bags, too? So, like, if you see someone with an unmarked black bag, he totes got dildos in there. I did not know that. Thanks, Reed. I appreciate it. Not sure I wanted to, either. Yeah, so like I was saying, he hands me this big-ass purple bag. And I mean, it doesn't look like it, but he's but usually he's all there and rations it out to the last milliliter. It felt a little heavier than usual, but like, I didn't look inside till I got home. Oh my God, did he give you a cut-off skinny dick or something? What? No. Why'd you make that assumption anyway? 'Cause, like, Reed said it was... Yeah, okay, that's more than I wanted to know. Sheesh. But no, it was a gun. A gun. Yeah, man, like, I don't know much about them, but it was like a Glock or something. And that got me interested in shooty games. Wow, and he ended up at SWR. You'd think Rock Ring was more for the stoner crowd. Doritos and Mountain Dew. A match made in heaven. So what did you do? Yeah, I have this friend that's like a computer whiz, and he got me the games for free because he's a bro. You don't have to be a whiz to do that. Not the game, you idiot. The gun. I don't know. Must be still under my bed or something. You mean you didn't give it back? Nah, I figured it's like... mistakes happen. I don't like returning stuff. I have a bunch of socks that are too large for me, but I won't be like, oh yay, oh hey, Grandma, please give me drugs instead. What? The absurdity of the situation makes me laugh so hard. I swear my sides are now on an interstellar course to the nearest supercluster. Jesus fucking Christ, Reed. How did this guy not get shot before the Fang incident? Now that positively mystifies me. As 1 hour escapes us, after the party slowly winds down, and we end up splayed out on the floor, not even talking for long periods of time, just enjoying each other's company and the calm atmosphere. Must be close to midnight now, but none of us wants to stop the good times. God knows I needed this. I feel, I don't know, nice. I've completely let go of my worries from this morning, giving myself over to the moment. We've pretty much picked the flat clean of all snacks. So now with a full stomach and the pleasantly soothing temperature in the room, I could almost fall asleep. It seems Trish managed to put her anger aside, because she's been the epitome of a loving girlfriend for the last couple of hours. We did bicker a little, but it was more the usual banter this time around. We were more caught up with the holding hands. We were more caught up with holding hands and making out while Reed was in the bathroom, things like that. Plus there was a rather short tickle/pillow fight that ended up with me falling off the bed backwards. Like a little monkey. Thank God I always put off doing the laundry, and there was a nice big pile of clothes to soften my landing. In any event, here we are now, fighting the urge to sleep so we can have a few more laughs. Trish begins telling a joke, but I tune out after the first few words, my attention caught by Reed. The Pink Raptor seems to barely exist on the same plane as us, looking up at the ceiling with clouded eyes, most likely lost deep in thought about something or the other. It's kind of jarring to see him like that, especially compared to how easygoing and talkative Reed usually is. He must be tired too. Not that we've been jumping around the place. Well, he hasn't. But after being locked up in a hospital room for... Damn, how long has it been? A month? More? Point is, he must be way out of shape. And he must have had a lot of time alone with his thoughts. Does he still blame himself for Fang? Does he even think about it these days? Can't imagine he wouldn't. I decide to ask him what's up after Trish's dumb joke is over. But after feigning a laugh, of course. When suddenly he speaks up on his own. So, guys. Hey, I wasn't finished. How are things in school? The mellow mood practically evaporates from the room, and I swear I can hear crickets from outside the window. Real quiet? I ask Reed what he means. Like, how do you mean? He remains quiet for a while. A long while, actually. Then, right as I started to think he wouldn't answer, he does. Does anyone ever speak about... Do the teachers act funny, or... Did everyone just move on? So that's what he means. I look at Trish again, hoping she'd take over the conversation for me. Except she won't even look me in the eye. She doesn't give any sign that she's listening to us, nonchalantly playing with the strings of her hoodie. Ugh. I really don't want to be the one to tell Reed. Fuck, I don't even want to have this talk to begin with. The people, like the students and everyone, they've moved on. Spears has taken the whole thing pretty hard, but he seems to be the only one. It's like none of it happened. While Reed took the first half of my explanation more or less passively, upon hearing the last bit, his fists clench up, eyebrows twitching. It's the first time I've ever seen him angry, if you can call it that. Still, he conquers his emotions in a matter of seconds, once again looking up at the ceiling with a poker face. Well, a frowny poker face. I see. I really don't know what to say. Perhaps he's glad people have moved on, but at the same time, it must be horrifying to hear how little regard people had for a fellow student. Shit. No, for life. And, yeah, that's exactly how it is. It would be one thing if all the students were either depressed for losing Fang, Nazar, and Naomi, and the others whose names I don't even know, or if they were happy about not having to deal with these weirdos, but they really just don't care. Can I really blame them, though? If it wasn't for Trish, would I care? Not likely. I'll go get some more snacks. Do you guys want anything? True to her word, Trish immediately gets up from the floor, grabbing my shopping bag by the door and looking back down at us, expecting an answer. Wow, is this not a foul paw or what? I'm so put off by her actions, I just can't even. Reed, on the other hand, seems to be off in his own little bubble of depression. I wish Fang could be here. He looks up at Trish, as if asking, don't you? Well, if you guys want nothing, I'll just get some nachos. Be back in a second. And by the way, Reed, who? Well, I didn't expect that. To be continued. See you next time.
Damn. Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy. Damn.